Sir King. Welcome to Tofu Alley.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
No beef, just tofu.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
Sir King.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king. I love me some Avatar Nation.
Damn! Oh, hell no.
Step on them, king. Step on them, king.
No beef, just tofu.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hope y'all doing well. Hope you guys had a good, Tuesday? Tomorrow's Wednesday. So I just wanted to, I guess, share my few thoughts on a couple of things. Because I see a lot of stuff going on. It's hard to keep up with all this stuff going on. So I'm just giving my 2 cents. What tomorrow something else happened. What's up, Philly T? Hope you're doing well and all is going well your way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a top forward and moderator. Appreciate you. So let's bring up the agenda real quick. Let's see what we're going to talk about. What's up, Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett? How you doing? Let's see. What's up, JLCA7 Productions? What's going on? All right. So here's oh Lord. Oh, y'all can't see it. Hold on one second. What's this? Okay, at the stage. They keep changing everything. They keep changing a whole bunch of stuff on StreamYard. So once you get accustomed to something, then it goes back to the old way. All right, so here we go. So this is just my 2 cents. So I want to just, like I said, I'll get into the whole beef sector thing. Because you know how I like to do. I like to talk about some real world stuff, and then I get to the whole area that we in and get my 2 cents. It's a lot of stuff going on. So like I said, I'm going to give my perspective on the situation. So we'll talk about it. So first up, October 4th, so mark your calendars. October 4th, apparently they try to do some emergency broadcast on the cell phones. A lot of people are speculating why this is happening, why this is occurring. So it's going to pretty much be the thing that you hear on, like, I guess, the TV or the radio, but now it's going to be for your cell phone. So pretty much I think it's going to be like an Amber Alert. What's up, Ron P? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Hope all is well your way. So be prepared for that. I'm sure it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. A lot of people are speculating, why are we doing this? Are they preparing for war or things like that? I mean, you do have to ask yourself that. Why are they doing that? But, I mean, it's better to be prepared than not prepared. Do they see something that may be happening, So October 4th, you're gonna get an emergency. You're gonna get something on your phone, so don't freak out. I don't know if it's gonna say a test. I don't know what the prompt is gonna be. What's up, Tiffany Black? Thank you for being here. I don't know if it's gonna be a prompt or what, but be on the lookout for that. Don't freak out. But I guess they gotta see. I forgot who live I was listening to, but it may have been Ronnie Q live. What's up, CEO, little boss lady? How you doing? I think it was Ronnie Q that was saying y'all better have an emergency bag and stuff because you never know what's going to happen. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, the news don't tell you. I get my news overseas from a publication overseas than I do the American news. By the time I get my stuff from what I'm reading overseas, then the American press come with it, and it's like about a day, 2 days late. So y'all just pay attention. Obviously, like I said, October 4th, they're preparing us to know when things are awry, and they're doing this big test on October the 4th. So be prepared for that. What's up, Vibrant Law? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here as well. So that's that. I do feel there is something coming. I don't know. I just been kind of having this weird feeling about what's going on in our world and stuff like that, and it hasn't gone away since. So going back to what I was saying about having an emergency bag, you need to have yourself. They would say you need to have yourself an AM FM radio with batteries in it, because what happened if the power grid stuff goes on? You need to have food in the house. Obviously, you need to have some weaponry to protect yourself. Stuff that you could do before we had all this technology. Because I feel, if you want to, if stuff happens, then we're not going to just pretend you like in a natural disaster. Have the things that you need to have, toilet tissue, some deodorant, stuff like that you can get cheap now. Because once stuff start happening, people are going to start freaking out and you can't find the stuff. Philly T says, SK, it's funny you said that. My son used to always say, if you want to know what's going on in America, look at the foreign news. He was very heavy into for politics. Yeah, I get my news on whatever. I want to know what's going on with the economy, but I get that over there first than over here. It's kind of crazy. It's always a delay. And what's crazy about it is like the news story will break and be so vague. Well, what happened? Oh, I told you about the alligator story about Pizarro getting eaten by the alligator. Obviously, I was being facetious, but there was a lady who got eaten by the alligator. Now, I'm listening to the American news story, CNN. They talking about, it was a person. At first, I thought it was a man. I go to the international resource. I couldn't find out it was a white woman who was eaten by the alligator. And the American news story is just sitting up here not being very evasive. I was like, it gets on my nerves. So maybe it was an issue with privacy. I don't know, but still, some things we like to know, and some things, but they never follow up with it. Anyway, what's up, Stir the Pot? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. But he says I meant to say foreign politics. Yeah, but foreign politics, but also stuff that happened in our country that they don't give us the full truth about. They'll tell us to the T what happened. You know what I mean? And also for foreign politics too. Yeah. And also for financial stuff too, it's good to hear what's going on. So now let's get on to this. I hate this word, but today I gotta say I came across some niggas today. I hate that word, but I just like ugh. Now let me tell you my first situation. So I'm up there, Office Depot, right? I'm being the polite person that I am. It was a lady in front of me. Obviously, the lady was getting her question answered. Now, I felt that the person that was answering the question that worked for Office Depot, they were really into their job and they were giving an in-depth answer. I'm like, man, I said, they don't need to hear all that. But I was perfect. I was, calm or whatever. So then here come now. This lady didn't say, I'm not calling this lady a nigga. I'm not saying that. But she was rude as hell. I'm gonna tell you why. So I'm waiting patiently behind the lady that's getting her question. Here she come up, gonna ask the lady behind the counter about something. And actually, it was the same question I have. Where do I go to check out? Because they had no where I go. So then she said, "Oh, go over there to number 1." So here I am pissed off because I had the same question that she had. So I go over to number 1. And then now the lady taking all damn day because she had 2 print cartridges and I guess she was trying to get a discount and all this other stuff. And I'm sitting up here saying I could have been in and out this store if you had not been so damn rude, because I would have been over there having my stuff checked out. It's like she had to get a code and all this. It was so bad to the point that the lady had to sit up there and apologize to the people. Say, "I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't say nothing." I said, That's just rude to sit up there and just think your question is more important than another person's question. Anyway. Whew. So, but that's how I feel. Now, let's get to the niggas part, y'all. And this goes to athletics. I'm trying to say this story without giving too much information. I get tired of seeing niggas. Now, niggas, to me, well, niggas are pretty much black people, you know what I mean? Because I'm not putting that term. I know they say they could be white, they could be Hispanic, but pretty much niggas can be black folks, okay? Now, I don't know where in the world these niggas living that they feel that they can sit up here and disrespect someone continuously and think somebody gonna still. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what I was at. I was at a basketball game, and these dudes kept disrespecting the referee. The referee was doing his job, right? He was calling the calls, but these dudes felt like he wasn't calling the calls for them. So one of them, their best player, was he really talented, a really talented player, but he an asshole for real. So he kept riding the ref, riding the ref, riding the ref, riding the ref. The ref didn't say nothing. The ref didn't do nothing. Kept riding the ref, riding the ref, riding, just riding. Then finally the ref said, "Okay, enough is enough," and gave him a technical. Boom, right? All right. So then it kind of died down again. Now he picked it up again. He started doing the same shit over now, and then on top of that, his teammates started jumping in. His teammates started jumping in, and they started jumping in on the ref, saying how the ref wasn't making these calls and all this other stuff and So then the referee said, "Okay, all right." So then somehow like they ran over to like the tournament, whoever it was, the commissioner started complaining. So then the referee told his partner, he was like, "Yo," like to his other like referee partner, he said, "Call everything." So they started just calling all the fouls that they want to complain about. So then what happened after that? Oh, so then the guy that the one that kept riding the ref, their teammates started riding the ref again. So the ref called a technical again. Then another teammate said something, called a technical again. And then the referee called the game because they were just getting out of control. They were just getting out of control. So then one of the players went up to the referee. The referee was sitting down, started going out, talking about if you don't like your job and why you be a referee, go get another job and all that other stuff. So it was just saying, I was just like, this is nothing but the epitome of niggas. Because they felt like they weren't getting the call, they felt like they could act like heathens and do all this other crazy stuff. And it was just terrible to see that grown black man working like that. And the reason why I said that was because after their game came on some, I don't know what they were. It was a white team and it was a Hispanic team, and they didn't have the issues that they had with the black team. And I'm like, damn, that was all due to just some niggas. That's all that was. Like, y'all gonna really get on the referees when the referees were doing their job. Because trust and believe, I could watch a lot of basketball, intramural, all that stuff, and some referees don't even care. Some careful referees are just robbing the pot. They just sitting up there and just taking the money they get and not even caring. I saw one clip on Instagram. The referee was on his damn phone calling the game. So like, you actually got referees that actually know the game and trying to call it, and y'all trying to like disrespect them. And this is what I wanted to say, truly, in honesty. No matter what, like I don't know how this new generation think they could disrespect somebody and then demand respect after disrespecting the person they just disrespected. Like, where you do that at? That's like a cop. You gonna disrespect a cop and you didn't expect that cop to save your life? No, cop be like, F you, you know? So it was just something I saw interesting. What's up, CC? How you doing? Good to see you. Okay, now moving along. Let's talk about not stir the pot. Let's talk about student loans. So y'all, a lot of us got student loans out here, and they are about to. You have to restart the payment on beginning of October. Excuse me. So guess what? A lot of businesses are going to be hurting because when these student loan borrowers were on reprieve or whatever you want to call them, a moratorium or whatever, that, what they call, I forget the official word, but when they didn't have to pay, now they're saying that a lot of these companies like Nike, a lot of these apparel companies and companies that like survive based on people having, discretionary income and stuff like that are going to be affected are going to be affected, these businesses, because now people got to be like, oh, I got to pay my student loans, so now I can't really buy these Jordans, or I can't really do this. They said restaurants are going to be affected as well, because now people are not going to be able to have that extra income to do what they want to do. So entertainment income, like now you, instead of going out to the movies or going out to the casino or going out to, Red Lobster, you got to pay your student loan, depending on how big it is. I mean, imagine if you had $1,000 student loan, shit, and you didn't have to pay it for all these 2 years during the pandemic relief and all that. Now you got to pay it, right? So that $1,000 is not going to go towards the Jordans and shopping at the mall and the restaurant. So a lot of these businesses are hurting, so it's interesting. So a lot of people are going to be hurting too, because now that's a bill that they got to pay back. It's crazy. And at the end of the day, if you're not in those categories that Joe Biden is forgiving, he said he was going to provide student loan forgiveness, then you stuck. Phyllis, he said, SK, I get heat sometimes because I use the N word, but I only mean it toward a certain type of person. I do believe that there's a difference between a black man and a nigga. Yeah, I totally agree that. But Phyllis, as a content creator, I have to be conscientious of my use, because I have an audience of all people. And I don't want to ever think a person who's white, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever, thinking it's okay for them to use the N word in a black person's presence, because that's how shit gets started, right? I hate that word with a passion. I feel the commercialization and popularization of the N word through hip hop and music today was the worst thing done to the black community. Like, they pulled the biggest scam on us. You know what I mean? Because, when you work at a music company, things got to be approved by multiple people. So I don't understand how back in the day, they said, oh, that's great. You guys can call each other the N word, right? But if they would have sat up there and started saying it, well, they did say the C word and all that, but still, I just felt like it was the greatest Jedi mind trick to have people think that, oh, let's turn this particular word into something positive. It's really weird. But I hate that. And I just hate that, like, seeing that situation today with just niggas disrespecting another black man in front of a whole bunch of other different races. It was just weird. It's like, you think somebody going to respect you and show restraint the way that man was? That man was showing he didn't go back at those players. And I felt if he went back at those players, it would have escalated the situation even further. And I applaud that man for having restraint, because there's a lot of thin-skinned men out here who would have went on, no matter if it was a game or not, would have went in on somebody dogging him out in front of everybody. And I just feel like, in order to get respect, you got to show respect. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, especially, our youth, forget that. I mean, it's sad. Like, you got to beat somebody's ass to get the respect these days and age. Like, you showing someone respect is not enough for them to show you respect back. You actually got to mollywop their ass. And then if you beat them too bad, then they want to go out and take your life. This world is a really weird thing. It's weird. It's like you want respect, but you don't show respect. And then it's just weird. It's just weird. That's why I really don't like dealing with people, because people are weird. You are weird. It's weird. I was watching that today, and I'm just like, really? 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 And then I was at an AAU tournament today. I mean, not today, this weekend, and the same shit happened. It's just weird. It's just like these kids, they see these superstars doing all this yelling and grunting, and they think they could do it. And I'm like, no. And that's how fights get started. There was a fight at the AAU tournament that I was at this weekend because somebody wanted to grunt in somebody's face. The player threw the ball in his face, and then all hell broke loose. But I'm like, damn, like it starts with respect, So let me get off my soapbox real quick. What's up, your pleasure 721? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, so that's really what I want to talk about regarding real world news and things like that. So let's get into stuff dealing with over here. All right, we'll be right back. We're going to go to intermission. Feel free to thumbs up the live and subscribe to the channel if you so choose to. Let's play this because you know who this is, Nyca, and I guess whoever. Here we go.
This is what love feels like. I don't want it. If this is what love feels like, you can keep it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. You can have it. You can have it. You can have it.
Okay. Yes. In hindsight, Nyca joining those three amigos over there, Face, Yaya, Brianna, and Trezur, was the smartest thing she ever done, to be honest. In hindsight. What's up, Random? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Hope all is well your way. So let's get started. Noble, this is my message to Noble, all right? And I'm gonna go big screen for this. I don't know that man, no way, no how, but I get bits and pieces from the lives that I, drop into, listen, and then drop back out. Noble, I don't know what's going on in your life. I'm hearing bits and pieces that you may move out to San Antonio with Tracy. I heard this whole thing about them doxing your family not too happy, doxing your kids, bringing up your past, and all that. Noble, you need to run. You need to turn into a runner and a track star. You do not need to be with Tracy. I don't even know if you love that lady like that to that point. I think you may be seeing her as a life preserver right now until you get to where you want to be in life. But for the clips and the stuff that I heard, that lady lacks empathy. You are or have been a parent. She never has been a parent. Okay? So that part of life she can't understand when you sit up there and tell her that your kids are being doxxed and maybe even harassed and maybe maybe people are calling up their job or whatever, infiltrating their private life because they're not on here. She doesn't understand that because while she associates someone with someone named Jay Wilson who has a PhD, Tracy also has a PhD in doxology. Okay? She has dogs people left, right, and front, and center and does not give a damn. So for you to sit up there and try to think that she would give a damn about your family and your kids being dogs, she doesn't. Now let me just tell you why I'm giving you this warning, Noble. Like I said, I don't know you. I don't know your past. But I know the shit that you're about to get into. And you're going to be like, oh, that avatar, I should have listened to him. Let me tell you something. Whatever y'all got going on, it's not going to end well. Look what the fuck she did to Rob Rack. She called the police on that motherfucker, and that motherfucker went to jail. Let me say that one more time. She called the police on him, and he went to jail. She's a woman that will turn on you like a cobra snake and bite you, even if it's for a minor disagreement, even if it's for you congregating with people that she feels that you should not be congregating with for whatever reason that she feels you shouldn't be congregating. And then on top of that, to enact the revenge against you, she has no qualms about calling law enforcement on you or doing something or even fabricating or exaggerating a tale against you to have you suffer the ramifications and repercussions that she thinks that you deserve. So I'm telling you, you're dealing with someone that you cannot trust and does not mind fucking up your life. Don't say you ain't been warned, because I'm warning you. Any domestic situation, any disagreement. Now you're moving into her domain in Texas. Like I said, I don't know your situation, and you may be using her as a life preserver until you get back on your feet. But let me tell you something. She has no qualms about calling the police on people she says she loves and dearly cares for. She only understands the ramifications of her actions after she does what she does, not before. She lacks forethought. So be careful over there, noble man, because she don't mind spitting the truth, and she knows how to use that innocent voice, and she knows how to cry on cue. So, and she knows how to call the police on people and get them locked up. I'm just telling you this. Stay the fuck away from her. And I'm sure like that whole conversation that y'all had online over Miss MU's, she didn't give a damn about what your concern. And that should have been a red flag for you. But like I said, I don't know what you got going on in your real life. I don't know, maybe you seeing her as someone that can support you for a short time, but that ain't worth your freedom. There's a lot of women over there that may entertain you. Maybe they don't entertain you. I don't know. But hey, on to the next one. Skip that one. Okay? Skip that one. It ain't worth losing your family over her. Okay? Trust and believe. Don't say you ain't been warned. All right. Get back to the journal. Okay, so there we are. So that's my message to Noble. Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett says, I can't wait till Raw Rat gets out. The street's gonna be on fire. Cheryl, you never know what the terms of his probation may be. He may have to be hindered, or they may hinder him from being on social media since social media was a factor in his situation. Random Crowder Gamer says, it broke my heart hearing the pain of a father who's been doxxed. And she could give a damn. She did not care. You gotta grow stronger skin. You're too thin skin. I was like, what? Look at this hardened criminal. Oh, Lord. Throw her in virtual jail. Let me see what else y'all saying. Let me see. Okay. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh, she said, yeah. Okay. All right. So let's see. Okay. James brings the paint on himself. I'm not going at James about this part that I'm talking about. We'll talk about. I'm just gonna give my honest observation. Okay. Now I listened to most of the live he did with the cleanup regarding his son and how somebody on LSA brown sugar. Now I was like, ain't that the brown sugar that was out here harassing Lemon? I'm just saying that. I'm just saying, well, that brown sugar, but I wasn't trying to stir up no shit. I was like, I'm staying out of that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I was like, because he was saying the person that was doxing his son and is actually like someone involved with his son, not involved in the relationship, but maybe a close friend or associate of his son is brown sugar, 84, 82 or whatever. And I'm like, damn, ain't that the person that Lemon was, having an issue with? But like I said, I stayed away from that. But when I was, so I listened to multiple cleanups. So one he had about Sean, and the other one he had about his son, or I don't know, maybe they were the same thing. But I'm sitting up here, I'm like, James, the stuff he said was okay. But then, so he did a lot about involving Sean, and then he talked about Sean's aunt. Then he did another cleanup about some brown sugar Elliot age 84 over there on LSA, doxing his son, right? And then I'm sitting up here saying, because when he did that whole thing, cleaned up with Sean and mentioned like his aunt who passed away from cancer, I'm like, okay, that's when you got a halt. You got a halt because you don't know who you touch. There's a lot of people on here I know who may have cancer, who may have someone they know have cancer, may have someone who passed away from cancer. James himself had cancer. So for him to sit up there and dog Sean Bradley's alt like that out because of what she had, I felt I felt as a content creator, you have to have brand awareness, right? And we all know how things can get taken out of context. But his shit wasn't taken out of context. And he kept saying that with such vitriol and hate. And I know he could say he don't care, da 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 da. But then what I'm saying about he brings pain on himself because people get a fire lit under them because then they want to act revenge on him because of the vile things that he said about cancer, right? So then they're like, okay, I'm gonna show this motherfucker, right? So then they start digging and doing that, and it's wrong. It's wrong, but words have power, and you have to understand that words touch people or remind people of things they had to endure in the past, right? Because we all weren't expecting him to bring up Sean Bradley's aunt. I'm not okay. Wait, this, you know what I mean? Like, So nothing is like I said. He survived cancer, so for him to say that about someone who passed away from cancer, just kind of like, okay, what? So then the brown sugar person is doxing James' son, oldest son, I guess, and all that other stuff. And I'm like saying, yo, and he referenced that because the person, brown sugar, referenced something about the cancer thing in the doxing that they sent James. And I'm like, see, that's the shit that you have to be careful of because that is what galvanized that person to sit up there and now try to touch your son and or let you know they playing in his face. And I felt like there's some things you can say and you don't say, and you have to be aware of that. And now he's mad because his son is being doxxed. And I'm just like, you know, it's crazy. And then also, he playing with fire again. And he playing with Skillet. He mentioned Skillet name. I'm like, James, why are you mentioning that lady's name? You know she already got you on papers. Why are you doing this again? Like, I just don't. It's like some people like to see how far they can go, and I'm just like, James, why are you mentioning that lady name? And I know, it's just like you never know how the court will interpret situations. So I'm like, why are you even giving her food to feed on to give to the court to say that you harassing her again? It's just like, huh? I don't get it. So that's my whole commentary on how James brings pain on himself. Because I'm like, man, some things is going to provoke these people around here. Some of the people, like I said, are living with cancer, so they don't feel too kindly with you saying that. And I know you are a survivor of that, but that don't give you to play with the dead. Okay. Sally O'Malley says, what's that? I'm about to run over to another line. She playing music for 5 minutes at least. Okay, go ahead. Make sure you don't trip while you going over there, Sally O'Malley. So that's what I got to say about the whole James situation, to be honest. Like, I mean, a lot of y'all ain't content creators, but there's certain things you should not admit, should not say because you know it's going to provoke you. And I know he don't give a damn, but you can't, and I'm not telling you you can't do, but you can't complain. You can complain, but you can't complain in a way when you know that's going to trigger people and have them start doing stuff. It ain't right. I don't agree with it, but you have to be careful. Learn from Nyca. So I look, this whole excuse my French, this whole shit or dust up between. Oh Lord, look who back. Oh Lord, you got to understand this whole dust up again is now bringing up things that we already heard before between Nyca, Jane, Sean Bradley, Vegas Gate, and all that. But and I just say this is a life lesson that people don't have to learn from the whole story of Lady Nyca. Lady Nyca is trying to change her stripes, but she's reminded of what her stripes are. And I say that is when you, and Nyca, I'm not saying this to come at you, but when you do fuck shit, you're going to be reminded of that because it happened. It's no different than how we survive in this real world, right? You sit up there and was a car burglar, but don't think that people are going to immediately forget that you were a car burglar and lock their car around you. You get what I'm saying? So I know Nyca is trying to get away from maybe what she was in the past, but that's hard to do, even though you try to go a different direction because people remember you for what you did and what you were. And I know she wants people to leave her alone, but you don't get that choice for people to immediately forget. You know, you don't get that choice, and it's sad. I know a lot of people maybe change their ways, but their record holds them back from who they are because once upon a time you were that person. You know, um, I feel that in hearing Sean and James go at each other, they sound like some. They sound like Cain and Abel. They do. They sound like Cain and Abel. For real. Like that is some venom there. But I feel like Sean got jealous of maybe James Caldwell. Who knows? Who knows? Or maybe James Caldwell got jealous of James. James Caldwell got jealous of Sean. But it's like to hear them go back and forth, those dudes were tight. And now to hear how they fell out, and I feel like James is bitter because Nyca is siding with Sean. And Nyca was close to James. So it was like a prized possession. Now he got my prized possession. So anything, anytime, any way I can dog her out, I will. It's insane. It really is insane. But learn a life lesson for Lady Nyca. You don't do F-ish. You won't have to ever worry about it coming back. You know, and some of us have grown up seeing F-ish all the time. So therefore we think it's a way of life. But the world teaches us, that. Like I felt like today those niggas wouldn't be talking to that man, if they were out in the street. Because things are handled differently in the street than they are on the basketball court. For real, for real. I mean, just for real. So it's like I said, I don't know everything because it's so much and it's very time consuming to do that, but I pretty much think I got the gist of it. We do have a blast from the past. What's up, Mo Stick? You must understand that Creepy James is a wicked, wicked witch. Wicked witches are fat, bald-headed, ugly men who hates themselves, especially women. But what did he do to you? What did he do to you? I don't think he did anything to you, Mo Stick. So where does this venom and this vitriol for him come from? Did he say something bad about you? I'm just curious. What's up, Unwind with Miss Messi? Now, is that really your pick? Miss Messi, is that really your pick, or did you somehow borrow it from somebody? I don't care if you did pick it up for somebody, or if it is you, enjoy it. The last thing we'll talk about the ungrateful. Now I try not to talk about this person, but I feel like Demon's O is very ungrateful. Like, very ungrateful. She just had a successful challenge, right? This whole, what was it? I forgot what the challenge was, but this whole thing that she had with chicken, what's it, chicken challenge or something like that? It was successful, right? I mean, people were talking about it, it seemed like, people had positive reviews of it and so forth. But then I guess she didn't like the negative critique. So then I heard from what I heard, she was going to sit up there and do another challenge during the time of the hamburger and french fry challenge. And I'm just like, look where you have come from, girl. And I feel like Demon's Ho has always had to take the victim role all her life. If you know her story, you know her story. But she had to take the victim role all her life to be counted. And she doesn't know when to stop. I mean, first you talk about your pigmentation. Now you mad about people having a critique about your challenge? It is very. I think Demon's O took the shortcut to being a content creator. I mean, to even having a presence on here, right? To be honest, right? First she didn't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Now she's having a challenge. She's not grateful. It takes people years to even be entertained by the three amigos over there. Pizarro, Face Yaya, and Brianna. It's just weird to me. It's like, don't you see where you are from where you started out? You started out over there with Kimmy at first, didn't you? And now where you are, it's just like, Anyway, what's up, Love Blake? No time no see. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. So that's pretty much all I got to say about what's going on. I mean, I don't know everything that's going on, but if you got anything you want to share in the chat and want to get my perspective, feel free to do so. $ Circuit Crown. What did I say? $ Circuit. If you want to, $ Circuit Crown. I'm gonna drop the link quick in case anybody wants to come up and share their sentiments about anything. Feel free to do so. This is the time to do it. But mostly, where you come from? We ain't seen you in ages. I hope you're doing all right. um. So yeah, but I wish sometimes I wish James wouldn't say those vitriolic things, because when you speak those things come from your soul, and they pretty much kind of characterize who you are as a person. You know, and I know a lot of people have said a lot of detestable things down here, and they hide behind that this is the beef sector. But at the end of the day, what you comes out of your mouth is a representation of who you are. I was listening to Sean Bradley, and Sean Bradley was saying, the clerks down at the courthouse were none too. What she saying? Were all too helpful in trying to help, Skillet, you know, mm, take him to court. So I'm just like, just leave that lady alone, But I do feel like he likes, in his mind, he likes to get revenge against those who, showed him up. So yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Other than that, that's about it. They said the heating. Well, now we're gonna go to the real news. I don't know. They said the heating prices are going to go up, or the oil. What they call it? The heating oil, because oil is going up very soon. Um, and they're not going to lower the interest rate. So the interest rate, they got one more rate hike. And like I already told you, the housing market is going to feel it. So get ready for that. I don't know what kind of holiday season this is going to be. I just feel as if we're gonna be doing a lot regarding the economy. They also said to say the government was going to close down too. And to be honest, the last time y'all gotta remember, the last time I said the government was gonna close down, they reached a deal at the last minute. Do I feel it's gonna close down again? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So we should see. All right. Anybody else got any other questions? Questions, concerns, or anything like that? Okay, can I be a little bit shady? Let me just say this. I was thinking today, and you know how Jay Wilson took that 3-week hiatus, but that was right after what had happened. Something big. Oh, they had called his job or something like that. I think. Do y'all think like Jay Wilson may be on Ozempic? I think he may because he said he didn't get cut. So I'm like, it's interesting. Maybe he got on Ozempic before it became popular, but very interesting nonetheless. Um, oh, you said they go to article oil prices. Yeah, oil prices going up, y'all. Oil prices are going up, so be on the lookout for that this winter. This winter, you know. So if you're looking to buy a car, it's not a good time, best time to buy a car because interest rates are high. Nobody's selling their home because prices are high. But other than that, that's about it. I ain't got nothing else for y'all. Remember to be the change y'all want to see in the world, and you know. I would just say this one thing. I feel these kids don't know how to act because when they started to um at first started when they started taking like kind of like religion out of the school, right? Then it really changed when they started penalizing and trying to hold parents criminally responsible for disciplining their children. When they started taking sparing the rod, it started spoiling the child. And that's why you sit up here and see these kids don't know how to act. I really feel like these kids want us to instruct them, but they're not going to tell us that because what? it's going to take them away from what they love at that time. I got somebody coming up. What's up, Random? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming and hitting the link. I appreciate that.
What's up,
How you doing? Long time no see or
Yeah,
hear.
I've kind of been hanging back. But I wanted to give a shout out to you and
Thank
our
you.
whole Avatar family for the wonderful live that you did when my father. It was I saw it, but I couldn't watch it at the time. So a couple days ago, I finally stopped and I watched it, and it was so touching and to read so many wonderful comments. Just shout out to you guys. Like now that I'm on the healing side, it means so much to me. And I just want to make sure I let you know out of my mouth that I appreciate it because everybody may not, come to my channel because it is a baby channel. So right here in front of everyone, I wanted to thank you where the kindness started at and where the kindness was given from. And that's something I think people miss about avatars. Yeah, we may not be on camera, but we're still human and we do still care about each other. And this has been one of the most caring people I've met on YouTube. And I mean that there's literally, I can count them on my hand how many people who truly lead with heart that I've never had an issue with. I've never felt worried about. And I hate that some people don't give you the opportunity to show them who you are because you really are a genuinely good guy.
Well, you know what's interesting about what you just said, Random? It's the fact that like I say this, and I see a lot of people use themselves, right? Use them being on camera and showing who they are to disarm people. And they disarm people, and you see them, you say, oh my gosh, she looks so cute and she looks so innocent. And then they disarm the person and then they pull these shenanigans that we see. We're like, oh my God, how could you? Rarely do you see these kind of shenanigans with avatars because people always got their guard up because you don't know who's on the other side. But when you see people who are non-avatars, they're the ones that's always involved in some bullshit, doing this, doing that, because they were disarmed by the person's cute demeanor or voice or aesthetics and stuff like that. It's very interesting to observe and see.
What I always tell people is look at a scale. It's got two sides for a reason. Some of the most beautiful people have the darkest souls, and the people with the lightest hearts sometimes aren't appealing to your looks. Your standards aren't somebody else's. Okay, you call me ugly. Congratulations. That's your opinion. But guess what? I've been married 20 years. You can't affect me. And that's the thing we have to stop allowing people to try to, okay, I'm up, okay, I'm up, okay, I'm up. Okay, that's not going to change anything. I'm still going to be who I am.
Yep, I agree.
Character doesn't change. People do.
Right, and I just feel like this area they abused the right that people gave them, right? When people came up or divulge personal details of themselves, they lost that right when they abused those people when they did, divulge details or show themselves and things that they were harassed. Like who wants to open themselves up to that? If you know this area, and some people try to take the shortcut to instant numbers by doing that, and it never works out for them. So it's interesting to see.
And I love it that I don't have a big crowd because I do know who is in my audience. And I enjoy the people that come by my channel. And one thing about it, I have wonderful mods. And sometimes they zap people and I didn't even know they were even in my chat. I've gone back to look at my block list just to see what's there. And I'm like, oh, they were over here? What? But it's because we have a network of understanding. I'm not out here trying to be malicious. I'm not trying to dox anybody. I'm not trying to be talking about people's family. That's just not my MO. That's not what makes me who I am. And I'd be a fool to try to pretend like I am. So I stay in my lane. And I just appreciate all the wonderful people that have come by this little channel and supported it. And you've been one of the main ones. And also, before I drop down, I wanted to just put out kind of like a PSA, a little love note here. Y'all, COVID is still real. Stop being naive. It's still here. Our hospitals locally went through a huge outbreak where the numbers were just shooting up and they didn't have beds and all kinds of stuff. And all that got kind of worked out, but it's out here. When you go on vacation, know who you're vacationing with. Do your due diligence. Wash your hands. Bring hand sanitizer. When I just went to Gatlinburg, I took hand sanitizer in my pocket. When we went through Ripley's, everybody's touching all that stuff. I made sure my whole family sanitized their hands. And when we got out of there, everybody went to the restroom. Everybody washed their hands. Then we went to the restaurant. When we got to the restaurant, they picked our table. We washed our hands. You got to do what you have to do to protect you and yours. Please don't let your guards down, because the more people get together, the more risk you're putting your family at.
I totally agree. I think I forgot. Don't quote me on this, but the government said something like they are increasing testing or something like that because the cases are shooting up there. And like I said, in the winter, we definitely gonna see a rise. Also, when I'm at the gym, before I leave the gym, I'm also always, wiping down my hands and stuff like that because so many people touch so many things. Always take care of your hands, and we always think about the palm. You need to make sure you desensitize. What do they call it? Sensitize, whatever. Sanitize. Sorry, sanitize the tips of your fingers too, because that's what you're doing the most pressing. So make sure you sanitize the tips of your fingers as well.
And here's something a lot of people don't think about. Some people don't have washers and dryers at home. I'm currently in a position where I'm working on property and things have been ripped out and whatever. So we have to go to the laundromat. But guess what? I have my Lysol with me. I have my sanitation wipes. I do the doors. I do the place where you put your coins in, where you select all your buttons. I do all that before the kids even bring the clothes in. I do all that before even Mr. brings the clothes in. So I'm over there getting things nice and clean so that I'm protecting mine. Call me paranoid. I don't care. But one thing about it, and two things for sure, in my Lady Nyca voice, I never got COVID when it was huge. My husband got it and was hospitalized. I took care of him before he went in. I took care of him while he was there, and I took care of him when he came home. My sister-in-law was staying with us. She got it. I did the same. So I don't know if what they call it asymptomatic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
asymptomatic. Yeah.
I don't know if I've got that or if I was just careful enough, but I don't take it as looking a gift horse in the mouth. We got to look out for ourselves. Please, please. Like my daddy used to say, the life you say may be your own.
Thanks. And also, like when I feel like I'm coming down, when I've been around a large, this is where I've been around a large group of people, and I feel like I'm starting to get sick. I go immediately get some elderberry, and that's pretty much been working. Elderberry has
Mm-hmm.
definitely been working. So
Yeah, absolutely. And take your vitamins anyways. We're going into cold and flu season. I can't stress that enough. Sorry. I worked for a pharmacy. I've worked with doctors. So I'm going to always say that. Take your dadgum vitamins, people. Build your
definitely,
bodies up.
definitely.
All right, SK, I've taken enough of your time, sweetheart, but I appreciate you for letting me up.
Well,
And
thank
shout out
you.
to Tofu Alley and Avatar Nation.
Thank you, Random. Stay
Peace.
strong. See you later. All right, that's the one and only Random Crafter Gamer. Thank you for coming up, Random. Stay strong. I know you've been going through a lot, uh, but you still, keep on keeping on. That's all we can do. Yeah, but yeah, it's no joke. So definitely, keep your hands sanitized and things like that. And like I said, make sure you do the tips because the tips are always pressed in the elevator and this button and that button and the buttons at the damn store. They want you to enter your PIN code and all that. So, germs everywhere. All right. Make sure you get exercise as well. Like I say, um, just make sure you get exercise. Do the exercise you can do, your body can do. And like I think I may have told you, I went to the gym yesterday, and there was just so many damn people. I think they had 40 people. Well, 10 people on the court playing, and it had to be like 20 people waiting. I'm like, what? I was like, I mean, I waited for 2 games and I bounced. Plus, my body needed a break anyway. So, But yeah, you got to be careful because everybody ain't hygienic and everybody ain't, we all come from different places and stuff like that. So, with that being said, I'm about to bounce. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture to $ Circuit Crowd. It will be tremendously appreciated. I hope y'all learned something from this live. By October 4th, we're going to have a mass, I don't know what you call it, emergency broadcast system that's going to, hit our, what's it called, our cell phones. So be on the lookout for that. Don't get scared. You know what I mean? So it's just a test that you're doing, I guess, because things are ramping up internationally. What's up, the Queen Bee? For you reacts. How you doing on time? Well, we ain't never seen you over here, but thank you for stopping by. Hope you are doing well. Mostly Baby says, I want you to play my 4-mile running video surfing. I'll bring the entertainment, brother. Your running video. We might have to do that next time. I have to check that out. We'll have to check that out because I don't even know your no disrespect. I don't know your channel name. Mostly. I hope it ain't a whole bunch of heavy breathing and shaking. Oh Lord. But other than that, that's about it. I ain't got the answer. You got many running videos. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Ron P. I appreciate that. I have to check out your videos. What's up, Miss Magnificent? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here with your magnificent self. We about to close out the live. I pretty much talked about, October 4th. Be on the lookout for that. Talk about student loans starting back up again. We talked about Ggas out here in the world we got to deal with. Oh, I'm so disappointed in. I don't know, man. I'm just disappointed in our world, bro. It's like when did our presidential candidates think it would? We always prided our presidential candidates in being presidential. When did it become okay to become an ignoramus? When did that become marketable? When? Like, I just sit back here. We always prided being unpresidential would immediately get you cast off the ballot. So when did it become okay to be unpresidential? They thrive in that. This is crazy. It's okay to be magnificent back in the clouds. What's up, Attach Myself? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. If you want to go see Mostic and How to Run, check out his channel. Highlighted by Ron P. Thank you, Ron P, for getting his channel. Check him out, and you may learn some tips on how to run. All right. Other than that, anything else I want to go on a tirade about? Now, I don't know if I mentioned this in my other live, but I tuned into this lady live. I don't know. And I may have said this before. But Shelly was over there live talking about she was in the hospital. She didn't know hospitals carry Bibles or have Bibles in them. Now she's on this going to church kick. I may have mentioned this before because I was telling people just because you say you go to church don't mean a damn to me. It's how you act after you out of the church, after you outside the confines of the Lord and receiving instructions. How do you act then? Not when you in it. That's what I can. So she was sitting up there talking about she wanted to steal the Bible and how she could get more Bibles to steal. I'm like, what? And then somehow the chaplain walked in and told her that she could keep the Bible. I was like, how are you going to say you for the Lord and try to steal the Bible? Just ask the people if you can have the Bible. You don't have to steal the Bible. I was like, but that's what I tell you. When you grow up in ish, only you know maybe it's ish, and maybe she didn't know to ask. Maybe her first instinct was to steal. It's interesting. What's up, Pastor Stephen McNeil? And how you doing? Good to see you. Glad to know that you're here with us. So thank you. Ooh, thank you. All right. You're welcome, Bostick Baby. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's what I really got to say. Oh, and then Brianna going after Joyce. I'm not getting in that. I'm not saying that. But I was like, yeah. Anyway, leave that alone. And then Pizarro. Wait a minute. Sorry, I don't have the clip. But Pizarro totally said that she loved Triple Red X. And everybody was saying, ain't you got a man? And I think she may have said she don't care if her man hear it. She love her some Triple Red X. I think Pizarro always wanted. Sorry, Triple Red, if you don't like to hear this, but I think Pizarro always wanted to date a nerd, but never could find one because she really thinks she's smart, but she had to actually have to date someone that could complement her quest to kind of become smart. You know what I'm saying? When you around a whole bunch of dumb people, you just become dumb. And then she finally met a man that she thought was smart and nerdy like Triple Red X, and she's been fixated on with him all this time. That's where that rule came in that she couldn't be up there with straight men because she was flirting with Triple Red X and Kiki. Now we know Kiki. He like Lucky Charms. He be on the other side of the rainbow. But yeah, so I think Pizarro is distracted a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Mostly Baby says, I'm very shy, SK, but when I get over my shyness, I'm getting posted on your most wonderful show. And you know what? I got a response to that because you used to be on Blessed Walkers all the damn time. So you know what my response is? Here we go.
Lying. Why you always lying?
Why are you lying, Mostly? You be still there, Blessed Walkers. I bet if I was Blessed Walkers, you would hit the link. What's up, Just Straight Dancer? How you doing? Good to see you. Hope all is well your way. They gonna get me. Who gonna get me? Who they? Who they? And then, did y'all see that? Tracy gonna sit up there and correct Noble. He kept saying Pacific, and she don't know it's specific. I'm like, see, she don't love you. Because if she loves you, Noble, she'll let you keep saying Pacific and let you know in the background that it's Pacific, not Pacific. I'm like, she don't love you. You don't correct like your mama said, you don't correct me in public. You don't correct your man in public. And then let's talk about Brianna. Why Brianna, first of all, Brianna ain't gonna keep a man because she can't cook. They said she birthed up the chicken. Imagine Brianna burnt up every dish. Let me just say that. If Brianna burnt up every dish, she'd be skinny as Lady Snoop. Anyway, then she sat up there and yelled at Triple Red when she came up on his broadcast real nasty. Brianna is going to be the creator of her demise, or she is the creator of her demise when it comes to relationships, because she don't know how to talk to men. No man want to sit up there and hear you just be yelling at them like that. Get that out of my middle of my face. I was like, wow, she is nasty. I don't know, that was, boy, she revealed her true character all the time. Anyway. Burning up chickens, and then they said something about the macaroni challenge that, she's like, oh, wait a minute, my cheese got to stretch all the way over there like it's Mr. Stretchable. What? Who knows cheese that's going to stretch all the way to the edges of the damn? I was like, who taught her how to cook? I don't know. Good thing we ain't got that test TV yet. I'm so glad we ain't got no test TV because I was like, if we did, it was just wonder. Let me see. All right, other than that, that's about it. I ain't got nothing else. I mean, in white people news, excuse me for my white, Taylor Swift is dating some football player now. Now, I think, sorry y'all, but ain't Taylor Swift kind of a hoe? I mean, Taylor Swift, I ain't got nothing against you in case I interview you, but I gotta speak the truth. You be getting around, girl. You date a lot of people, Taylor Swift. She did a lot of people. And you know when dating come SCX. So she humping these dudes. I'm just like, but it's really weird because they create her image is so wholesome. So wholesome? Maybe that whole part is right. But she is just dating all these dudes. So I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. Roasting Baby says only 5 times on Bless My Baby and once on your show, SK, and 2 times on VS. Oh yeah. Damn, did you see, can I be nasty? Did you really send her $800? 9 times, brother, and I hear my words of my expressions all day, every day, brother SK. Oh, you adding up. Damn, you sent her $800? Yes, Miss Magnificent. She is getting around. Think about all the dudes that she dated. And that, and it's weird because the media shows her favoritism. Like they don't really go in on her. Like she could jump from man to man like a damn grasshopper, and they don't even say to them, "Oh well, she's just dating this guy. She decided to move on from this guy." And I'm like, ain't anybody else, y'all be tearing them up. Like she get a pass, even though they try to make her wholesome. Like for real, now she dating a football player. Now, but obviously, when this football player is trying to court her, but still, I'm like. Oh. Like you could say Drake is a hoe, and he would have. I mean, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm a hoe." You know what I mean? And then when was that album supposed to come out on the 22nd? I ain't get nothing. Something called Slime something. I don't know. Just Straight Nasty says, "Hello, Sir King. It's good to see you. Same to you. It's good to see you and your dog. Right? That's your dog in the avatar or a cat. Who is that? Oh, that's a dog. Yeah, Miss Magnificent. I'm just saying they give her a pass. They give her a pass." Mostly Baby says, "Hey SK, I mean in the play, killer defense on." Is this a troll, Mosting? Are you trolling me? I mean in the paint and play killer defense on. He must have went backwards. Oh, Mosting. Um. All right, y'all. Anything else? Any other questions? I know I asked that many a time. Then they were saying that Usher's supposed to headline the Super Bowl show, but I guess some people are pushing back against that because I guess that situation with that girl or whatever. But oh, that's your baby Pepper. What's up, Pepper? What's up, Mo brother? You said it's Mo brother. Okay, Mo brother. I still see you to answer my $800 question, but it's all right, Mo brother. I'm sure you get more money with all them damn dollar signs in your name. How many dollar signs is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Anyway. All right. With that being said, I'm gonna head on out, y'all. Thank you, Randall, for hitting the link to tell us what you think. And with that being said, y'all just be careful out here on these YouTube streets. Like I said, YouTube has been a masterclass. Like I'm gonna just tell y'all straight up. Being over here has definitely changed my life and how I approach life and how I look at situations. Oh, you said no, I did not give 800. Oh, okay. You gave her 8,000? Well, you the person that paid for her car. Not that I care. I don't really care. You don't have to answer that. But yeah, this area has definitely changed my life and how people can be, what to look out for, how people are very cunning, but also, you know, the generosity of people, how people do care, and how people don't need to know everything about you. I think a lot of things happen in this area is because people share everything with people to ingratiate themselves with that person. Also show us there's a lot of lonely people in this world. And they're looking to be heard, you know, and have someone to speak to while the other person is maybe trying to manipulate them. But you know, it's just I don't know from a mental standpoint as a content creator, it's just changed in how I view the world, and I'm glad because the world is not a nice place. Um, and it gives you a lot of I wouldn't say negotiation skills, but strategy skills. Like one thing I learned is don't believe everything you hear. Investigate, 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 and look at everything. Don't ever assume just because someone bringing you something that it's everything in its totality. That's the key thing. That's the key thing. And how to set up stuff, like not set up stuff in a bad way, but just how to position things, um, and anticipate how things are going to work out. Because a lot of the shit that I learned, people try to do to me in the heyday, infiltrated the Discord and all that other stuff, play it in my face, then take the shit over to somebody else. So it's very interesting. And misery loves company. Make sure you are unavailable. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Some people survive on strength, and I feel that's why you see a lot of this stuff here. A lot of people are not captivated. I'm not gonna say that, but a lot of people are entrenched in negativity, and their day goes by with negativity. If there's no peace, if there's nothing but strife, they're happy. If there's peace and calm, they're not happy. They feel that something's not right, and they do everything in their power to stir up mess. And there are two forces at play: good and evil. Good and evil. And some people battle with those two forces every day, and you see it. So. With that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Remember to be the change you want to see the world. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture to the dollar sign circuit crowd. And as we end this year, please keep y'all head up. Please keep y'all head up. Please keep y'all head up. It's a lot of stuff I feel, like I said, that's coming, and we're not even aware. Just make sure y'all get y'all a radio, FM, AM, with batteries. Make sure y'all get y'all some water, toilet tissue, canned goods. Just make sure you have you a safety thing, a safety plan in check. Another thing I want to tell y'all is this AI stuff getting out of hand. They are sitting up here not able to copy some people's voices with just a few seconds of audio. And I'm just saying that maybe your family need to have a safety word. Have a safety word with your key family members, because sometimes what they're doing is they they demand a ransom, for your family member, and it's not even you thinking it's your family member, and it's not even them. So always have a safety word, so that if someone tries to pull these shenanigans, then you be like, "What's the safety word?" And they're like, "Huh?" Then you know it's not them. You know it's a scam. So just be on the lookout for that, because, like I said, AI, it's good. I had a conversation with this businessman the other day, and I told him, I said, "Man, this AI stuff is going to take over." He's like, "Well, it's going to free up a lot of stuff that we can be doing, but the machines could do." And as a businessman, I kind of understood what he was saying, but I also was saying, what if that stuff gets in the wrong hands and stuff like that? It's just it's different from what they call them. Not a forklift, but it's different from a piece of construction equipment that used to take 10 men to do. Now you only need one piece of construction, because the construction piece still needs an operator. This is like things you tell it to think on its own, to imitate, artists and stuff like that. It's different. So we shall see. With that being said, I'm out of here. And take care. See y'all soon. Bye, y'all. Have a good one. Good job.
Tofu Alley. No beef, just tofu.
That boy is good.
All right. I do believe in engagement. So most people said I meant that I'm not a jump shooter. I play better in the paint. I get rebounds and play good defense, and I appreciate your basketball activity. Well, thank you for that comment, Most Stick, baby. I said of all the sports, I do feel basketball is the one that exercises all of the body, your hands, your arms, your abs, your butt. You want a full body workout, try um, playing basketball. You know, you'll be sore all over. And I can appreciate, I can appreciate a person that don't shoot, your position so you get rebounds and play good defense. I can appreciate, players like that because everybody don't need to be thinking that they're Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or Steph Curry. You know what I mean? So I respect that. Just Nasty says the world is on its way to hell. Looking around to see. Just Nasty. All I'm gonna say is they keep referencing the Bible and how the Bible tells of things that would occur, and it seems like that stuff is slowly occurring. Sadly to see, because like I said, when they take religion out, that's a big deal because they're causing you to be devoid of knowing what's good and bad. And when you take out discipline, and now you're sitting up here trying to take away people from knowing the true consequences of their actions. So what do you want them to find out when they turn 18 and lock them up? You know what I mean? So it's like when I did that story about those girls, I think in Philadelphia, that stole that man's car, flipped over the car. The man was holding on the car. Obviously, sadly they killed the man. The girls were 14, talking about they gonna get out at the age of 18. No, you just took a life. You don't get to sit out here and talk about, oh, you. Let me tell you something. It's something that pissed me off. I know we getting ready to go. We had to go. But don't sit up here and tell me that no 13, 14, 15-year-old don't know what they doing was wrong. I hate that. Excuse me, y'all. I'm a curse. I hate that shit with a passion. They know everything was wrong. I hate that. Oh, they're just a little kid. No, fuck that shit. They know what they doing. Now, they 5 years old. Okay, we can talk. But not no 14, 15, 16. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing is wrong. Especially if they come out here trying to arm rob somebody. You're not going to tell me they don't know. That they don't know what they're doing is wrong. When they could kill somebody when they pull out a gun for it. Are you serious? And then the family want to say, my baby, oh my baby, why do you have to take my baby life? I sit here and be like, so he was willing to take a life, but you're asking for your child's life to be spared, but he was about to take a life. I never understand that. I never understand that. Yet he had a gun in his hand, willing to take a life, but you want people to be considerate of his life. I never understood it. I never understand that to this day. I still don't understand. And in a way, I think it's selfish. Because if he was willing to take a life, then that means that he was willing to sacrifice his own. You know? Now I don't believe the police shooting people in the back. I don't believe in that shit. But if your son has a documented history of being someone who is a travesty to society, you can't control him. But then he's out there playing in the streets, and someone pulls the trigger faster than him. When the streets was a game he decided to play, that he didn't win. I just don't understand it. I mean, it's like I said, life is about choices. And a lot of these kids, a lot of men, a lot of these boys are lacking real men in their lives. Real men. I'm not talking about the men that stand in the corner every day. It's just crazy. Crazy. Yep, true basketball. Random Catholic Game says I talk to my girls like grown women, and I keep my girl out. You have to. You have to. You have to. Have to. Yes, they know what's wrong. It blows my mind when they say they just a kid. It blows my mind every time. I don't even recognize the words of it. America has become an over police America. All the states are police states now. Curfews in all black cities, etc., etc. That's crazy. My goodness, SK, that horrible. What part horrible? Just straight nasty. My mom and I disagreed about the saying. She said just rule, but as I told her, if you break in my home, baby, I point at the dome. I don't know. I just feel like I'm a believer in this, right? If the person's not a threat, you should take them out with non-lethal purposes, right? You tase them, mace them, whatever. But if that person is threatening you, you're going to say, "Oh well, let me shoot him in the arm." But that person's willing to take your life. I don't understand that. Like I really worked on my thought process, and I've been like, yo, I see so many innocent people lives just taken just for the fun of it. So why give them that chance to take your life when they're not gonna be respectful of you? Like it's sad. Like it really is sad. You know, it's sad. So that's why I tell people to stay prayed up. Because God protects you. God protects you. Some people are like, well, how God protect me? He didn't do this. I don't know how God works, but I know you loyal to God, God gonna have your back. And sometimes He'll have you go through some shit so you can learn. What good is it to keep you from adversity and you don't learn nothing and can't go through nothing when it finally hit? Like I just don't feel that way. I feel like you gonna go through some stuff, but if you trust God, then He gonna test you. Look at the story of Job. He got afflicted with every damn thing and still kept his faith. And I think sometimes some people have it too good. They got their health, like they got their health, they got their strength, they got food, and they just bored and they want to cause mayhem. Mom and daddy worked hard to have a life, so they want to have the life their mom and daddy had, and they're not appreciative. So it's just crazy. Just straight nasty. They killing each other every day in my city. Yeah, it's sad. It's crazy. I don't know, but just like I just say, y'all, stay praying up and live right. I do believe in karma. Like I do believe in karma. It just and when shit happens, you don't question. Like there's a lot of stuff that happened to me recently. I didn't question, but I got the answer as to why it happened. I said, okay, I'm gonna learn from this, and eventually I got the answer. Like I told you about that whole loyalty thing. I'm still kind of peeved by that, but I feel like God got me on that because I'm not as angry as I would usually be about a situation involving loyalty. And then something said, and somebody said, well, that person come back to you, raise your price on them. And that's what I'm gonna do. I could have. You gotta be careful how you react because you can't burn bridges. I could have easily responded to the person, "How the fuck you do that? Da-da-da. We done not been for you. Da-da-da-da. Day one, when we had nobody. Da-da-da, da-da-da, we would have, I believed in the dream and all of that stuff. And I could have went ham on an email. I mean, not email, text message that, but you don't provide people with the ammunition. So I just be like, okay, sounds good. Talk to you later, and keep it pushing. But I believe in loyalty. You don't do shit to people. Like I told, what was it? I think it was Philly T. I said, look, we can start at the Hood Awards. If we go to the VMAs, I'm taking you with the VMAs. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, oh, now that I'm with little Uzi Vert and Rihanna, that you can't come with me. I'm never gonna. When we start a business together, then we gonna go from A to B, B to C. You never cascade people who believe in your dreams. Or get rid of people who believe in your dreams. And I feel like in that situation, that's what that person did. And he don't understand the customer's not always right. The customer, it's the principle that the customer's always right. You try to appease the customer, but the customer's not always right. So I just felt calm about a situation. That's how I can say it. I felt calm because I felt like, he gonna get his answer, and I'm gonna get my answer too. That's how I feel. So I'm just chilling. Just chilling. Just straight nasty says there's no place to hide. A couple weeks ago, I pulled up to the gas station to get some gas, and the young man jumped out with AK and just started shooting. Damn. Woo. Woo. That's tough right there. Well, I'm glad you got out of that situation, okay. Yeah, that's crazy. Insane. Insane. And keep your circle small, man, because you don't know what other people involved in. Like for real, for real. Like you don't know. You could be the. You hear these stories like, oh my God, he was the most innocent kid, and he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, you know what? That's why you gotta be careful because you don't know what the next man doing or what he unless y'all unless he live with you 24/7. Even then, you don't even know. You don't know what the next man or the next woman doing. Keep your circle tight because you don't know who trying to enact revenge on that person that you think you cool with. It's a crazy world. That's what one thing YouTube taught me. You don't know who talking to who. You think you cool with this person, that motherfucker talking to your motherfucking enemy. Like what? Like what? So that's why I'm like, you just don't know who talking to who. And also don't be afraid to plant seeds. Shit. You only share, and this we all know this, you just share one thing with one person, then see where it get out at. Then you know who spread that seed. It's crazy. 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 What's up, soul sister? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. It's crazy. Who you could trust is weird. Weird. Only person you can trust is God. Sadly, but it's true. It's so true. You can't trust no man. Man is fickle like the wind, as they say. Man is fickle like the wind. Um, all right, y'all. I'm out of here. Y'all take care. I thank y'all for your engagement. Feel free to throw us a live. Subscribe to the channel. It's good to see some oldie but goodies up in here like Soul Sister number 1. We saw Most Baby. Thank you for dropping down. I know a lot of people don't like to drop down, but thank you for dropping down. It was good to see Miss Magnificent. Thank you, Randall, for hitting the stage. Just straight nasty. Appreciate y'all. Attach myself as always. So, with that being said, YP, the YouTube court reporter. All right, with that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Have a good one. And I will see y'all soon. All right. Bye, y'all. I won't be coming back again this time. Bye. We're going to play Philly T on the way out. All right. Bye, y'all.
I want to thank you, everybody, for sharing your life with me. You gave me so much, you made me happy. Your love's been amazing. I know I couldn't make it without you. Without your love. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.